Welcome back to Radio Shack, and as you can see, we have another TMNT episode recap. This is a special 1-hour episode, so without further ado, let's get into it. When Worlds Collide. Now, in this episode, we see that Raph is kind of moping around because he sees everyone has someone except for him. You got April and Donnie kind of messing around. You got Leo and Karai sparring, and even Mikey has a new device that allows him to communicate with Renette in the future, and he kind of has a long distance relationship. And Raph kind of figures, you know what, I'm a lone wolf, you know, I'm a rebel, I don't need no love, you know. That is until he finds out that Mona is coming to Earth, and he gets all giddy. The turtles meet up with the Salamandrians, and they find out that the Neutralizer is back, and he is the rogue Salamandrian that they have been looking for. And not only that, we find out that the Neutralizer is the one that took Sal Commander's eye. I love that they're building on that development of the Neutralizer and Sal Commander, giving a little history behind them. As they start looking for the Neutralizer, they end up running into Bishop and his army, and they end up capturing Mona Lisa and Sal Commander because it's kind of a law that they can't be there in this sector or on this planet. But they conversate, you know, and find out that the Neutralizer is back and is searching to destroy all the utroms. And if you thought the Neutralizer was a beast before, he has electricity powers now, and he is a beast, man. And as they set a trap for him, it doesn't really go well, and they get some great fights in this one. And not only that, we see the Neutralizer actually throw lightning. I mean, literally throw lightning. It kind of reminds me of an episode of The Flash where the Flash tries to throw lightning against Zoom, but Zoom just catches it and just throws it back at him. It kind of reminded me of that there. But he tries to destroy them all by using this electrical spirit bomb. Like, literally, it's a spirit bomb because he's using all the electricity in the city to just throw this one big old bomb at them. But they're able to escape through a portal to Dimension X to the Utrom Council, and they're trying to devise this weapon to neutralize the Neutralizer. But the Neutralizer ends up following them there and takes out the council. It gets very gruesome and graphic there, but they're able to force him back to New York, where they have this fight, and the Neutralizer actually ends up hitting Mikey with a burst of electricity, and Mikey just disappears. And now it's not as gruesome as April kind of exploding Donnie into molecules as they did in the last season, but it's still a very sad moment. And Raph gets very angry and ends up using the weapon to take down the Neutralizer for a brief moment. But then, who shows up? Lord Dregg. Now, we did get a story back when Raph and Mona Lisa were talking, and they were saying that since the last time they saw them, they were fighting Lord Dregg on their planet, and they drove him away. But when they came to Earth, they didn't know that he was following right behind them. So that's why he's on Earth now. And then we find out that the Neutralizer was one of Lord Dregg's assassins. Kind of like Armagon. Oh man, I miss Armagon. Oh god. Dregg ends up releasing his army onto the Earth. It's another invasion of New York, and it ends up being too much for everyone. They try to retreat, but Dregg's army ends up capturing Leo and Sal Commander and takes them to his ship. They try to get away and devise a plan, but they end up running into the Neutralizer again and have this big old fight. But then we see this charge of electricity surrounding them, and then Mikey starts to take form. And as soon as I saw this, it kind of reminded me of Static Shock charging up. You know, you start hearing that music. Gotta beat, gotta beat, gotta beat, gotta beat, superhero. But yes, Mikey's back. He's alive, and he has electrical powers just like the Neutralizer. And they go at it, and Mikey's able to take him down. But unfortunately, Dregg's army is able to take Donnie and Karai this time. But they go to devise a plan, and they're using the turtle mech to battle Dregg's ship and force it to this pesticide warehouse and use the pesticide against them. It works for a brief moment, but it was all a kind of like a distraction to get Mikey into the ship so he can free the others. but the trolling mech doesn't hold up for long, and it ends up getting torn into pieces by Dregg's ship. But they're able to get on board and free the others and stop Dregg using electricity, and we find out that is his weakness. Sal Commander and Mikey stumble upon the core of the ship where it's powered by electricity. That's the reason why the city went dark when he showed up. But they see that they have to shut that down in order to shut down the ship. And Sal Commander ended up knocking the neutralizer into the hole where the core is, and you see this big old fusion. It's getting ready to combust because of the electricity with the ship and the neutralizer. The others try to escape, but Mikey stays back to hold the neutralizer where he is. And we see the ship fly into the air and just explodes, all Death Star style. But it's alright, Mikey's okay, but they're able to use the weapon they used on the neutralizer to take away Mikey's power so he doesn't destroy himself or hurt anyone else. And it ends up taking away all of his gear too, so now we got a naked turtle on the roof. The episode ends with Mona Lisa asking Sal to stay on Earth so she can protect it, she can be a warrior here. But we all know that that's just her trying to stay with Raph on Earth. Even though Bishop says that's against protocol, she's not supposed to be in the sector on this planet, but then we see Raph just knock his robot head off. And now we know that Mona is on Earth and she will be with the Mighty Mutanimals. And I just gotta say, this episode was awesome. So far, the best episode in this season so far. And just really great action, great bringing other characters back. It really was a culmination of all the seasons, and it was just great. My only problem is, where was Casey during this whole fight? Because if you remember, Casey was the one that took down the neutralizer the last time we saw him, so where was he in all this commotion? But other than that, great episode. But I can't wait until July 23rd because we're going on another hiatus, and that's when we get the next tale, which is going to be Samurai Turtles featuring Usagi. I've been waiting for Usagi to be a part of this series for a long time. Can't wait. But what did you think of this episode? Comment below and let me know what your favorite part was. And as always, if you enjoyed my thoughts, make sure you like, subscribe, so I don't just do Ninja Turtle episode recaps. I talk everything Power Rangers and talk anything superhero related. My last video will be in the link description down below. And until my next video, I will see you later.